Hey, what's happening, everybody? I wanted to switch things up a little bit. Instead of doing our normal video where we talk about tools and strategies and things to improve yourself, I wanted to talk about something a little personal and something that I hope that you will want to participate in. And if you can't participate in it, you'll at least be on board with getting some of your friends to participate in. Next Friday, some of you who have been following the 1000 Challenge page the last week have seen the event that's been created. We're going to do another International Sunrise Sunset Around the World Day, and this one's going to be a little different than the one in the past. What we're going to do on this day is we're trying to fundraise $1 million for Reach Out Worldwide. The reason we're doing this on Friday, September 12th is because that would have been my friend Paul's 41st birthday had he not been tragically killed last year. And I guess my intention behind sharing this video with you all is just to tell you how much this day means to me. And I'm hoping that by sharing this with you all, that it will inspire you, it'll move you, it'll get you on board with participating in this event. I didn't think I was going to be emotional doing this like this. Okay. I hate saying so much. I met Paul a number of years ago, and we were in the gym working out, and we had a conversation started, and it was apparent after that first conversation that we just kind of clicked, you know. And from that conversation, there was a friendship created that spanned, you know, several years. I don't know how many thousands of miles traveled together. I don't know how many conversations and heart-to-hearts and whatnot, and Paul and I used to do these late-night gossip sessions like little teenage girls staying up at all hours on the phone talking about life and love and the pursuit of self-betterment and everything else in between. And one thing that, when he first shared with me his idea about Reach Out Worldwide, which would have been 5 years ago now, a little over 5 years ago now, it was something that I could tell he was passionate about. He was really, really passionate about. And it was something that it didn't just excite him, like it meant something to him. It meant something to him deep, deep, deep inside, because it was something that he saw as a way to help people. You know, Paul was, it's so hard. Those of you who have lost somebody you love and you're close to, it's so hard to lose somebody, right? It's especially hard to lose somebody when they're a public figure and the whole world is talking about him. You know, there's yet to be a day that's gone by where I have not seen some reminder of him or seen a picture of him or heard a conversation. I was in Alaska last week, and I was stopped at this little remote side of the road gas station and got gas, and there's a little burger stand over there. So I walked over to get a hamburger, and I'm literally out in the middle of nowhere. And there are 3 people sitting over at this little hamburger stand. So I placed my order, and I'm waiting in line, and I hear them talking, and what do they start talking about? They start talking about one of Paul's movies, and then they start talking about Paul. And this has been a lot of what my experience has been since he's died, is everywhere I go, I feel like there's a conversation, and these people don't know who I am, but they're talking about it. And so there's a constant reminder for me. The one thing that has been a really beautiful thing for me to experience and see is, as hard as it's been to have the reminders, there's consistently over and over a theme of what a good guy he was, how people who have met him said how kind he was, how genuine he was. And you guys, that's so true. That's who he was. There's one moment I remember after my friend killed himself back in June of 2009, Paul and I were at the bowling alley, and we were sitting at the bar having a beer. And I was crying, I was upset, I was trying to get all this stuff I had in my head out of my head, and I couldn't. And this person comes over and taps him on the shoulder and asks for a picture. And he looks up, and this is one of the only times I ever heard him say no, and he says, "You know what, I can't right now." And then he said, "We're kind of talking about some really heavy stuff, and if I take a picture with you, I'm going to have to take a picture of all these other people." And so I look up from my tears and everything and my snot, and I realized that the whole bar was sitting there watching us. I was so oblivious to it, and that moment always stuck out with me because I thought that was Paul in a nutshell. He was so compassionate and caring for the people he loved the most. He really wanted to be there for them as best he could, but he wanted to be there for everybody else. He knew there was fans, and they knew how much he appreciated them, and he always tried to give, and he always tried to make moments special. And if he wasn't going to take a photo with somebody, there was going to be a really good reason why he wasn't going to do it. And the only reason why in that instance was because there was somebody he cared about was going through a tough time. And so when Paul, when he first told me about Reach Out Worldwide, I could see how much it meant to him, and it meant something to him on a deeper level. And you guys, I can tell you by watching Reach Out Worldwide grow over the years from the first mission to what it is now, each time he would talk about it, he was so excited about it, so passionate about it. And I sincerely mean it when I say we used to have these conversations all the time about, when we're old men in rocking chairs, what would it be like? Imagine what Reach Out Worldwide could grow into. Could it be bigger than the Red Cross? Would it be smaller but be a bunch of different groups? Would it go into having different facets? Would there be how many countries will have been to by then? How many people would have helped? What will it evolve into? And then ultimately how cool it was going to be, because Reach Out Worldwide was going to be his legacy after he's gone. Obviously, we didn't expect this to all happen as recently as it did, and these conversations were fully intended with, us being in our 80s and 90s, not me being in my early 30s and Paul not being here. And so you guys, I can tell you that it meant so much to him, and he was so proud of it. He was so proud to see it go. And he was, every time there would be a deployment out, he always talked about how the boys are off here, or the group's over here, or how we're partnering up with this thing, and we're going to try to partner with these guys. And there was so much love and excitement and enthusiasm in his voice for Roe. The reason why is because he genuinely loved people. He genuinely loved people, and he genuinely wanted to help people. He felt so horrible when there would be some sort of event that would happen somewhere, and he'd see people that were just devastated and couldn't help themselves, and he thought, man, I should be able to help people. I should be able to help people. And he couldn't, and that's what Roe was. For him, it was a way for him to extend his hand out past where he could physically be, and to be able to help people all over the world. And so, with Paul not here anymore, for him to live on beyond the Hollywood person or anything like that, for him to live on for just him, who Paul was at his essence, Reach Out Worldwide needs to continue on. It needs to continue on, not just to honor Paul and to keep Paul's legacy alive, but it needs to live on because it has the potential to do so much good, and it already has done so much good. It already has helped so many people. But the potential for it is infinite. It really can become an entity that helps people all over the world at any time, anywhere, any place. It's the bat signal goes up, and the superhero capes dawn on, they jump on a plane, and they're there and they can help. And for that to happen, for that to continue on, it needs to be all of us that are supporting it. It needs to be us spreading the word. It needs to be us sharing. It needs to be us talking about it. It needs to be us donating. And so with that being said, on Friday, September 12th, which would have been Paul's 41st birthday, I have put together a little event. The event is a twofold one. One, it's an International Sunrise Sunset Day. What I'm asking people from everywhere in the world is to take a picture of the sunrise, the sunset, wherever they are, and share it. Put it on the 1,000 Challenge page, and we're going to make a whole photo album of the sunrises and sunsets as a way to honor Paul. It doesn't matter if it's a postcard sunset, if it's a cloudy day, if it's a rainy day, if it's a snowy day, whatever it is. No sunset is any more important or special than the other ones. Remember when we did the last one, we was talking about life, there's going to be cloudy days, and it's important to capture that. Okay, my goal is to get a sunrise and a sunset from at least 100 different countries. Okay, so obviously we need a lot of global participation for this. Part 2 of this is I've made it a goal to raise $1 million for Reach Out Worldwide by the end of the day, September 12th, which will be next Friday, in honor of Paul. You guys, it has been so amazing to see the donations coming in and people getting excited and enthusiastic and support already by this. When I checked it a few minutes ago, it was up to, I think, almost $3,500 right now. There's been almost 100 people have donated, and for the event for the September 12th, I think there's something like almost 3,000 RSVPs. So this is going to be really, really big. It's going to be really special, and I can't think of it in a better way to honor somebody who is so special to me. And so I need your guys' help. I need your support. Please, please, please share the event info. I'll put links all over the place. I'll put them at the end of the video. I'll put them below it in the description. I'll put it on the Facebook page, everything else. All their information is in the video. Will be on the event. What you want to do is you're going to take a picture of the sunrise, sunset, and or you're going to donate to Reach Out Worldwide. It doesn't matter if you only donate $1. The point is you donate. You're going to take your donation photo. You're going to take a screenshot of when you donate. And then there's going to be some suggested hashtags on there to share on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. And then you're going to share that on September 12th. So we really want to try to get word out there. We really want to try to get it to go, spread like wildfire. Same with the sunrise sunset. So there's going to be suggested hashtags you can use. You're going to post those on the 1 Year 1000 Challenge page. And I'll put them together in a video photo album like I did with the last Sunrise Sunset Challenge. And I'll also do something cool with all the screenshots from the Reach Out Worldwide donations. So, you guys, that's it. I wanted to share a little bit about this to you. I want to share a little bit about my experience. I want to share a little bit to you about what this means to me. And, I just want to ask for your help directly. I feel like this is something that means so much to me that I wanted to hopefully lend you my voice, lend you my words so you could hear it versus just seeing the text pop up on the computer. I think the computer is great, the screens are great to communicate stuff, but this is something extra special, and I wanted to try to send an extra special message to you all. So thank you so much for everybody who's participated so far. Thank you so much for all of you who have signed up. Thank you so much to all of you who have donated, who have shared the event, who have invited friends, who are spreading the word. And you guys, please keep doing that. Please keep doing that. We have, another 10 days or so until it's time, or 9 days, I guess. I can't do math. And I really believe with all of us doing this, we can make this an amazing experience. And who knows? I think a couple of you have mentioned this already, and I like the idea of it. Maybe we'll make this be an annual thing. I think this would be a really cool annual thing to do to honor Paul. So you guys, from and with all my heart, I can't thank you all enough. And your support in this means the world to me, and thank you. And I'm really excited for what's going to happen on the 12th. It's going to be a special day. Okay, I'll talk to you all later.